to episode 42 of Minecraft Survival with NuttyChef. Last episode we were working on the storage system for our mob farm, and we put in the lights, like the indicator lights, to show us how much loot we've got in our chests. And we sort of started working on the design for the exterior, like with the big arches that we made. And I've gone ahead and finished that between episodes, and look how cool that looks. Pretty cool. We had the arches only on this side and the other side, but I decided to add them on all four sides and in the back as well. And because I just liked them so much, and it would be a shame if we couldn't see them properly from this side, so I thought I'd add them on this side as well. And I sort of just continued the same pattern as we had down here, just going up to the top to where the rings are up there, the hopper rings. Just the same pattern, just with the arches in there as well. So but there's one thing I want to do, and see where the arches are sort of coming here. They're sort of flush with that blue. I think that looks a little bit weird. I think it would be better if we had the arches sort of one block thicker, so all that white trim, have it coming out by one more block. I think that would fix that issue. I think it would look a lot cooler. And let's take a look inside here. So I've done a lot of AFKing between episodes, and we got the first row of lights to light up here on this side, and we got the gunpowder light to light up here on this side. So that means the chests have filled up to that point up there. So it's going to take a long time to fill the whole thing. And the ender pearls and the witch drops do drop slower than the rest of the drops, so that's why they haven't lit up yet. But I've got plenty of ender pearls, and obviously this chest is full, and the witch drops are coming in as well. I was thinking of sort of separating the witch drops, because say if this chest was full and all the chests were full behind it, if we take the stuff that we want, like mainly the glowstone and the redstone, if we just take all of that out of this chest, then like another item from the next chest will filter down into it and sort of take up that spot where it was. And if it could be glowstone or it could be redstone that fills up the spot, but eventually it might all just be sort of the stuff we don't want, like sticks and sugar, all in this bottom chest. And there'll be no glowstone or redstone in here, and we won't have access to get it out of the chests behind. So at least I was thinking of at least just filtering out the redstone and glowstone so that we can have access to that. And like, I'm not sure exactly how to do it. Like, we could take it off the top and have a couple more filters just coming straight down here, just right here or something. And yeah, we could just have the same sort of deal like this going all the way up, and just have one for redstone and one for glowstone. They'll fill up really slow, but if I do a lot of AFKing, then they will fill up eventually. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Also, the iron has been going good. It's because while I AFK at the mob farm, the iron farm is going as well. So I've got a ton of iron here, so we're going to have to expand the storage of this somehow eventually. And yeah, so I only took it up to build the exterior up to just below where these hopper rings are, because I didn't realize, but when I built these hopper rings, this outside corner is sort of goes over the exterior wall, and it's not needed because we only need it to come to this block here. The mobs are only going to fall to this block right here. They don't even use these 5 hoppers around there. So to build the exterior wall up to that point, up to this point, we're going to have to shave it off. So I think this block here Yeah, this block right here is the last hopper that is actually being utilized. So we're going to have to like bend, like point the hopper this way and then maybe point it this way, and it can come to here and then we can have it come back out to here. So we're going to have to do a little bit of redesigning of the hopper ring, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And these get used to this one here. So this one isn't being used, so we could, if we want to, we could just have this hopper pointing this way, like out that way, and then have a hopper pointing that way into this one, and then have these going that way or whichever way they go, and then we can get rid of this corner one if we have to. So yeah, before we can build the wall all the way up to here, we're just going to have to redesign all the corners of this hopper ring, and then we can do that. But yeah, it's looking really cool. Really happy with the design. It's really starting to take shape now. It looks more and more complete. And then yeah, hopefully once I've done that wall, this exterior wall up to that hopper ring and redesigned the hopper ring, then we can start work on what I want to put in between here and here, sort of connecting the two together. So I'll get to work sort of redesigning that hopper ring and doing the wall up to there, and then I'll come back after that. Alrighty guys, I've finished off the very top up to the hopper rings there, and I've also increased the width of the arches that we had by one. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Get out of here. Cop that, you dog. Alright. So yeah, so they're sticking out by one now. By one more block. Those arches. On all sides. And I think that just makes it a bit better looking than just flush with that blue that we had before. And yeah, it's looking good. And on the top, I've just sort of slabbed it off. And there are a lot of ledges, especially on this blue bits, all the way to the bottom actually. Because when it was down at the bottom, we have lights on the inside where the sugarcane farm is that sort of prevents spawns on these ledges that go all the way down. But we haven't got any lights on the inside of the wall here from that floor up to here. So we're going to have to incorporate some lights on the inside, I think, somehow, or some way to prevent spawns on those ledges. But yeah, so I just came around here and fixed up those hoppers so that they sort of went diagonal and they all connect to each other, and they all sort of still go down into the sorting system, so that's all good. And yeah, so now I think we've still got to do this inside bit, so I haven't actually done it yet, where we are going to encase the whole sorting system things, all the chests, in this sort of design we have here, with the white here and the glass going all the way up, and the white as a border on either side. Got to do that to the top. And I think last episode we had this bit, these borders as blue, but I switched it out to white just because I think it looks a bit nicer. And yeah, and when we get to the top, like when I'm looking up from down here, I don't really want to see all those sort of hopper rings, and it's a bit ugly up there, so we might somehow just cap that off at a certain level and then glass it like a glass ceiling. I think that would look a bit nicer. And in the middle of here, this whole middle bit, this whole middle bit here, I think I'm just gonna slab it off at this level so nothing can spawn up here. So I'm gonna get busy doing that, and then we can sort of look at how we're going to connect this bit to that bit, which I'm still sort of thinking about how I'm going to do it. I've got a couple of ideas. One idea is to have, well, both of my ideas are glass. I want to have glass connecting the two. But one idea was sort of to have like rings of glass on this sort of layer here that I'm running around on, going up, but sort of like rings. So it wouldn't be a solid glass sheet going up. It would be like a ring here and then up by 2 or something, and then another ring and then another ring and then another ring, sort of all the way going up. And sort of, I just think it would look cool, sort of like a like rings sort of going up like that, kind of like futuristic looking, you know what I mean? Either that or just a full cylinder of glass sort of connecting the two. And I'm not quite sure what route I want to go with that. But either way, I do want to try dark blue glass instead of light blue glass, just because I think it would look a little bit cooler. And yeah, I also want to sort of bring up the design of this, like this blue here, have it coming up as into a point, sort of like it's hard in this camera mode, but sort of like a point like that, coming up on all sides, just to sort of carry on the design a bit up through there into the middle. So it's going to be a tough one. But yeah, I'll do that middle bit, framing the chests, and then we'll come back and decide what we're going to do there. Okay guys, I'm back, and I've just put in all of the framework around the chests here. So they're all nice and bordered now and looking schmick. And up there I've got a glass ceiling, which I've kind of outlined around the edge there, all the way around the edge. And then above that I've half slabbed the floor where the killing floor is. So yeah, looking much more schmick now, looking much more finished. And yeah, this floor I made it out of the dark blue glass, and I really like how it looks. And as you can see down here, now we can see all the way down to our sugarcane farm. I've still got to put one more layer in, I forgot, of the sugarcane farm. I don't think we're going to be able to squeeze 2 layers in. I think we'll only get one more layer in, and then we'll have to cap it off there. And there's just a bunch of blocks down there, but when I add the next layer in, I'll get rid of those. And let's take a look up the top. So let's go up here. Yeah, I've just capped it off here, just with half slabs so nothing can spawn. And down here, we can get down. This is the ceiling. So basically I just sort of followed the line of the chest going up, and as they sort of came out, I just went out with them and then just did an outline of white around that line there, and then did a ceiling of glass. So it's all looking cool. And I put some glowstone in here just to light it up, because mobs can spawn here and obviously on that ledge out there. And we've still got to put more glowstone in, I think, because on all of these ledges they can spawn. So yeah, bit more work to do there, but for the most part the interior of our mob farm storage is complete, so that's awesome. And now we can sort of start work on the rest of the exterior, the bit that connects this bit to that bit. So I was kind of thinking, like, do I want to do that ring thing, or do I just want a solid glass tube going up? And kind of looking at it, I think I just want to put like a glass tube. I don't really want to do the ring thing with all the rings going up. I don't know. I just don't think it would look right, like how I want it to. I think just a glass tube, a solid glass tube would look better. Oh, these bloody skeletons. Get out of here. So yeah, And yeah, see how we've got all lights down there, and then this whole bit is dark. So yeah, we definitely got to get some lights in there. But yeah, so a solid glass sort of tube, I think, connecting them, and then some of the outside exterior concrete sort of coming up around it, I think would look okay. And then we might need to bring some of this down, some of the exterior of this down just a little bit, just to make it look like it's all connecting. I don't know. Let's get the glass tube in first. It's going to take a lot of glass. Let me tell you how much glass and concrete all of this has already taken. Oh crap. Let's get out of here. It's a little baby. You little bastard. Yeah, so this is going to take a lot of glass just for this little bit. I can't imagine how much glass this tower is going to take. Quite a lot. So I'll get this glass tube in, and then we'll come back after that. Actually, let's start here. I think I want to get some glowstone in here. So like if we put the glowstone in at this level here, I reckon, because you won't be able to see the glowstone from the ground. You'll just be able to see it from here, and even if you do see it poking out a little bit, I think that's okay. And we can start the glass sort of off of that, I reckon. We'll sort of make it glow a bit, hopefully. Might make it look a little bit cooler. Just going like this, and then we'll have the glass on top like this, going up in a big tube all the way around, all the way up to there, connecting with the bottom of those spawning pads, those terracotta blocks up there. We'll connect it all the way up. So yeah, I'll get busy doing that and I'll be back. Alrighty guys, so I had to get more glass, well more sand to make more glass to finish that off, and I actually put a whole load of glass into my smelter, but instead of coming up here and putting it into here, this is where you put the stuff you want to be smelted in. This is where you put the fuel. I actually came down here into here and I just put all the sand directly into here, which is the wrong one. This is for the fuel. So it just went on its merry way and deposited all the sand into these furnaces here, which I've already picked up these, but that one's got some in it, and they've all got some in it. So yeah, that wasn't good. But I went back and got some more sand. But it just kind of got me thinking that maybe, just in case we make a mistake like that again, we should have like a maintenance access route down here. Sort of like behind the hoppers here, just in case we put our stuff in the wrong line. And then we can just come back here and get it all back out again, because right now it's a bit of a pain. But yeah, so I'll get this sand smelting in the right minecart here, get it on its way, and yeah, I'll finish that project off, and it's all good now. Okay, here we are, almost at the top here. Just placing the glass down. That's a lot of glass, and I thought I'd just bring it back to show you, because yeah, we're almost there. So we just got to connect to this line here, this terracotta here, and we'll be done. And the mobs actually fall. The mobs fall down here. Once the slime blocks go across to here, the mobs will fall down here because they spawn on top of the slime blocks. Just there, see? See they're falling down? And then here, they fall off here too because the slime blocks push them off and fall down here. So they fall on either side of this glass that we're creating here. And there's hoppers underneath the slabs there, and hoppers underneath the slabs there. Just so you know what's going on here. Just exactly where this glass is going in. And yeah, so we're almost there. We've almost connected the bottom half of our skyscraper to the top half. And we just got to add a few finishing touches, such as these blue bits down the side. I sort of want to bring them up, these blue bits here. So we'll get rid of the slab there and the slab there, and we'll bring up sort of an arch around the outside, just so it's sort of not just straight up skyscraper, then flat, and then glass. You know what I mean? And maybe even bring some of these bits down, so it's not just a flat line here. Maybe some of these bits will come down as well, just to make it a little bit more, you know, not just an abrupt change into flat glass sort of thing. And then we've also got to finish off underneath the skyscraper where it meets the water, because right now it sort of stops at the water level, and then it's just sand. It's just a sand wall down to the floor of the ocean. So just got to finish off the skyscraper down to the ocean floor. And also the top, the very tippy top of the skyscraper is flat as well. So, you know, it kind of doesn't look right. I think we need to put something on the top to make it look sort of finished on the top sort of thing. It looks like I'm gonna probably have enough glass, hopefully, to finish this. I might have to be careful here, I might get hit. Oh no, I'm pretty safe here. So I'll finish this glass off, and then we'll come back and see what else we can add to just the sides of the bottom down there, just to make it sort of connect a little bit better. Alrighty guys, check it out. Looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. We've finally got it all connected as one thing. But as you can see, it kind of doesn't go together. It's like it's not connected. So I'm kind of thinking what to do here. I do like the dark blue glass that we used instead of the light blue. It's kind of a point of interest. It's kind of different to the rest of it, and at the same time connects it. But we've got to bring some of the architecture or whatever from these two sections towards the middle. Maybe even some of the white beams coming up as well as the blue beams coming up. Because yeah, it's just a big blue sort of thing in the middle. It's not connected. It doesn't look like it's meant to be. We've got to kind of connect it somehow, and I just don't know how to do that. Maybe we're gonna have to connect it loosely with the white beams. Sort of these white beams up the top here come down at the same line as these white beams here, if you know what I mean. So maybe we can bring those down and just have a loose framework, not such a tight knit one like we've got here and here, just have a loose framework so we can still see the blue tube in the middle, because I think that would look cool. But yeah, I think we're going to have to leave that till next episode. I really wanted to get this complete today, but I'm really running out of time. This episode's going to come out late, so I might do that in my own time or save it for next episode. But yeah, I still think it is looking really cool now. Let's go have a look from the other side, because that sun really is glaring in our face, and it's a better view from this side, from this angle. If we look at it from here, yeah, look at that. Let's get on top of this tree or something. Ugh. Yeah, let's get on top of one of these trees here. And look at that. Now, that's a perfect view. Look at that. So yeah, so just bring some of these structures down just to sort of connect it, just loosely, and then I think she'll be finished. And then yeah, seeing as how it's flat on top, I think we need to add something cool on top just to make it look finished. And yeah, obviously finish underneath the water as well. But that'll be it from me today, guys. Thanks again for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next episode.